Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV. Liverpool played Southampton in a game of football and won by the 2-0 goals. A clean sheet for Virgil van Dijk and Liverpool at St Mary's. There's so many things to talk about in that game. First and foremost, I want to talk about Virgil van Dijk, because him just taking the piss out of Southampton and their fans, I find dead amusing. The fact is, he played the entire game with a smirk on his face, like he knew he was better than them. And then he went out and proved that he was better than them, and he's better than their sides. And their side's pretty shit, to be fair. That's like 5 goals we've scored against them this season. No goals that they've scored against us. We dominated that game, really. I mean, you know, there was definitely a sort of 20-25 minute period after our first goal where they got into it, and you know, we had to well, Lloris Karius had to step up and make a few saves, but you know, we scored a goal before the end of the first half, and second half I think they had 1 shot in the entirety of the second half, and this is a team that's going for it. You know, they're 2-0 down, and we kind of embarrassed them second half and basically just wouldn't give them the ball back, and it looked like men versus boys. And that's what I want to see from Liverpool. I want to see Liverpool stand up, be a little bit cocky, puff the chest out and go, nah lads, you're shit. You're going down this season. We're better than you. We've got a world-class striker in Roberto Firmino. We've got a world-class striker stroke winger in Mo Salah. And we've got a bang out of form, Sadio Mane, who's better than every one of your players as well. And I'm being a little bit harsh and facetious there. I didn't think Sadio Mane had a bad game at all. I think he was a little bit wasteful at times throughout the game, but you know, the amount of opportunities that he created not only for himself but also for others as well with his movement, sounds absolutely sound with that. And I was saying before the game that maybe it was half time, if you'd have told me last season we were going to sell Phil Coutinho and Sadio Mane isn't our best 2 players on the pitch, I'd have laughed in your face and called you a fucking idiot. And he's not. And you aren't idiots, and you wouldn't have been idiots. I just think this Liverpool side at the moment, we seem to be very comfortable defending, if you know what I mean, and just giving people the ball and going, we're just going to hit the ball along to Mo Salah and see if he can stop us do that. And like the way that we played direct for that first goal, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain into Mo Salah, Salah into Firmino, Firmino left foot, bottom corner, bang, goal, 1-0. Yeah, now you've got to break us down, lads, and we're going to do exactly the same again. And you know, that second goal is just, I don't know. It's filth. It's pure filth. That ball by Roberto Firmino is just, it's just like, it's like he's got the fucking cheat codes or something. Do you know what I mean? He sees things on the pitch that others just don't see, and then he not only can he see them, he can execute. And Mo Salah with his pace, his movements, just there, and he's absolutely lethal. And that is as good a front two as maybe Sturridge and Suarez. You know, we've lauded Sturridge and Suarez now for the last, since 2014. They're as good, if not better. You know, we're at the point where Mo Salah might score more goals than Luis Suarez did that season. And I think Roberto Firmino might get just as many. What's he on now? He's on, is it 10 assists and 20 goals this season? Roberto Firmino. And, you know, you're looking at Mo Salah with his 29 goals and probably about 8 assists. Or I can't remember the assists for him. I know it's 29 goals. And then you got Sadio Mane playing second fiddle to them both. And you've got a midfield there against Southampton that didn't have to work, didn't have to get out of second gear. And we still dominated the game second half. And you know, we're 2 fullbacks who, quite honestly, I'd have been disappointed with going into the season as Trent and Robertson as our first choice at the moment. And you know, I don't think Trent is first choice. I think it's very much Joe Gomez. But if you told me our backup fullbacks would be playing like this is brilliant. And then we've got Virgil van Dijk at the back laughing at them because they're booing him, laughing and doing flicker flackers down the thing, and they're not coming off, and him just laughing because it doesn't matter, because he knows he's proven with his defensive work that he's better than them. And then you've got Lloris Karius at the back making saves, punching the ball, making saves, distributing the ball, getting a clean sheet. Oh, in the last 33 Premier League games, right, Liverpool have had 16 clean sheets. Only Manchester United have had more clean sheets in the last 33 Premier League games with 18, and that's a stat ripped straight from Dan Kennett on Twitter, by the way, who is one of the best follows on Twitter, along with Bass Tune to Red, Andrew Beasley. I just think that's an absolutely perfect performance from Liverpool going into a massive game in the Champions League against Porto. resting on the ball second half, not giving them the ball, getting to make your substitutions, getting a few minutes rest in Salah's legs, a little bit more in Firmino's. It's perfect. That's exactly what you want. And, you know, yeah, picked up a couple of yellow cards. I think it was Matip and Emre Can on the day, but we didn't have to work for that, and that's exactly what you want. It's supposed to be a tough away game. I was thinking that's going to be tough, and the game didn't play out anything like I thought. And certainly second half, I thought they were going to have a little bit. I've just looked at Southampton's fixtures. They're in serious trouble. They've got, after the next 2 games, they've got 4 away games on the bounce against like Swansea and West Ham, who they're teams that have turned the corner. And I hope that we put Southampton down, to be honest, because we've seen it before when we took Benteke off Aston Villa, you know what I mean? And Liverpool could do exactly the same, take Virgil van Dijk, and I know he wasn't playing and stuff like that, but I'm fed up with Southampton now. You know, they've just been around the league, taking points off us for a few years and not winning things, and that annoys me. I'm just bored of them. They need to go back where they belong. Maybe that's a bit harsh, but anyway, here we go. I'm going to get into the comments. Tom, have you got anything for me, mate?
Yeah, Felix Wizzy, I think, says, if Karius keeps playing like this, it'll save us 50 million this summer.
Karius, 50 million saved. Yeah, listen, I am 100% happy with that performance. No, that's a lie. I can't be 100% happy because there was a couple of punches there, but at the end of the day, he got his fist on them and he gets the ball away. So you're nitpicking, aren't you, the goalkeeper? And I think it's very easy to nitpick. Everyone will remember, you know, those 2 punches, but what about the save from Højbjerg? What about the save from, their centre forward? What about the save from Ward-Prowse? You know what I mean? He's made 4 big saves there, and that's important as a goalkeeper, and it shouldn't be us fans nitpicking on punches. And listen, I'm having a go at myself here because he's made 4 big saves. That Højbjerg one in particular, really, really good save, and that's what you want from a Liverpool goalkeeper. And this is why I think Jurgen Klopp's made the decision that he's made. Is he needs to find out whether Karius is good enough for Liverpool Football Club, and we will find out because we've got a tough Premier League campaign and we've got Champions League last 16. So, you know what? It's sink or swim time for Lloris Karius, and right now, he's more than tread and water. He's broken into a little backstroke at the moment, and you never know. He might hit the wall, do a turn, and then break out into a freestyle or something. I don't know why I'm doing this, but here we go. Who will be starting the Champions League? Karius or Mignolet, says the Bash Dash. I think it's got to be Karius. I think you know where you stand now, and I think he's our number 1. And he didn't come out and say that Karius is our Premier League goalkeeper. Jurgen Klopp a few weeks ago came out and said Karius is our number 1 goalkeeper now, and to me that means that he plays in the Champions League. I think if we'd seen Mignolet play games of football, yeah, you could argue that he'd come back in, but you can't drop a Simon Mignolet hasn't played in a few weeks into a Champions League last 16 away from home. For me, I just don't think it's going to happen. Runoi Saka, where does Hendo fit in? Well, listen, against Porto, Chan's suspended, so he's going to go back into that 6, I'd guess. And as we know, Melissa Reddy said that he's fully rested for that game, so he's still fit and ready to go. TTA is really starting to look like a real player. Great to see us develop from the youth team, says Grain Considine. Obviously, he means Trent Alexander-Arnold. Yeah, really, really solid performance from Trent again. And I wondered how we deal with the overlaps of Bertrand and stuff. Now, we didn't see them as many times as I thought we would, but then equally Salah's pinning him back a lot of the time, and he's not able to go forward and support the attack as much as he wants because he's got to think about Mo Salah attacking in the space that he vacates. So yeah, but I thought Trent did really cool. Who's getting top 4? Said Swoke and Mix. Ooh, I think it's quite easy. I think it's going to be Manchester City. I think it's going to be Liverpool. I think it's going to be Tottenham. And I think it's going to be Manchester United. Now, I've put them in that order because that's the order that I hope it's going to be in. It wouldn't surprise me, you know, between Manchester United, Liverpool and Tottenham, any of them could finish 2nd and any of them could finish 4th, but I feel the way that Chelsea have lost the last 2 Premier League games, that they're on a downward spiral at the moment. Arsenal are obviously out of it. Feels like us and Tottenham are the 2 form teams. Manchester United struggling for goals, obviously just lost today against Rafa's Newcastle side, so that's tightened things up at the top. 2 points difference. And it comes down to big games left. Manchester United and Chelsea have got 4 games against the top 6 left. Liverpool and Tottenham only have 2 games against the top 6 left. So much tougher schedule, I'd say, on paper. Obviously, footy's not played on paper going into the last few games. So it's going to be a very, very interesting few weeks. But my money is certainly on Chelsea and Arsenal missing out right now. And I'd be kind of happy with that, although best case scenario, United miss out as well, because, hate Mourinho, hate United, hate everything that they stand for. Didn't know we had a new goalkeeper signing during the January transfer window, says Rizwan Ali. How good is Mo, Chris, lad, says McNair and Manners. 10. There's no scale. He's just 10 good, isn't he? He's Tutankhamun levels of Egyptian king at the moment for me. He's a full-on pharaoh at Tutankhamun's level. He's just world class. He's just better than anything that I ever thought I'd see at Liverpool this season. Just outstanding, absolutely outstanding. Should we go for a new goalkeeper, says Dimitri Markovic. Listen, Karius is playing. Let's give him to the end of the season. Obviously, if I was in charge of Liverpool, which would be a terrible idea, I would play him between now and the end of the season, and I would still be scouting goalkeepers regardless. And I'd guess that that's what Jurgen Klopp and his team are doing. And you're hoping that he saves you some money and you can address another position in the squad. That's what you're hoping for, isn't it? Best case scenario, Karius is the man and you save yourself a few quid. Commented earlier, said 50 million, and that could be it, the way that we're being linked with Alissons and All Blacks and all this type of stuff. So, yeah, absolutely brilliant. Brilliant performance by Liverpool. Great to get 3 points when the pressure's been put on you and when you're able to capitalise from both the Tottenham result and the Manchester United result. So, obviously, pressure on from Tottenham, capitalised in the face of adversity there, and then we're able to capitalise on Manchester United getting beaten by Newcastle United. So that's all good. Thank you very much for watching. We've just broken 210,000 subscribers. 210,000 subscribers. I tell you what, I'd go live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on YouTube if you all went over and signed up to the redmentv.com, because there's not 210,000 people subscribed to that. It's £5 a month. Imagine. Just go over there, just give us a month. If you've enjoyed Redmen TV over the years, come over, give us a little chance on there. We'll be filming the final word, me, Tom, Paul. It's going to be good. Final word, 45 minutes to an hour later tonight on that game. All the depth and detail that you will need. And then we'll be back for all the Porto stuff tomorrow. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Subscribe to us on the website. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time on the Redmen